So, I don't know if I sent this out, but this is the write-up for like the 498R class. So this is basically what we will be working on in the fall.
Okay.
And so
do we need to sign up for this in the fall, or?
so right now we submit it to, I don't know what they call it, like the board of like undergraduate studies or something. I don't.
So, yeah, I don't think I'd be allowed to sign up for this yet until after 240 is passed.
Yeah. So if you pass 240, are you going to take it in the what's it called,
Fall.
summer, or are you going to do it in the fall? We might be able.
I was going to take the one in summer after I dropped it now, but it's already has like 20 people on the wait list.
Yeah. You might still be able to do it. I bet you can get away with like concurrent enrollment. Because honestly, like they'll give us the ad codes, and Professor Egbert, who's the teacher, he's pretty chill. So I don't think he would have a problem with you doing it concurrently. Especially if you follow along with like the YouTube tutorials that I'm making, then you'll know everything you need to know to do it.
Okay.
But yeah, so right now, like the class, we don't have the ad codes yet because it's still getting like kind of finalized with the department. But it should be pretty soon that they'll give us ad codes and we'll be able to add it in. Shouldn't be a problem for you, but.
I think that crouching is different from the sprinting. It'll be a nice plus. I was playing Mass Effect with my brothers a couple days ago, and every time we were getting shot at, I'm like, run, run, run! No, don't take cover. You're being shot at still.
I hate that all the time. That was like my biggest problem with like Gears of War. I was like always getting like randomly my guy just going to cover. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, get out of there.
You're not safe.
So yeah, I think like having like a dedicated cover key is like goes a long way. So basically like these first like 6 items are kind of what we're going to consider like the required features that need to be finished by the end of the semester. So we want to implement like the matchmaking thing, where teams can like group up, queue, and then be like paired off against other teams and have to all working on the server behind the scenes. So we'll have to figure that out, and kind of along with that, creating teams so players are like grouped up. The inventory system, a way for the players to swap out their gear, their weapons, and abilities. The vendor system, the ability for the users to like buy new weapons. So I guess in relation to that, there would also be like the currency system. I don't think that'd be too hard. And then really want to finalize the cover system. There's still like a lot of like bugs, and it's not perfect. It's far from perfect.
Oh yeah.
So finish that, and then did my weapon types, body. Oh, yeah. So weapon types, and so right now there is really no difference between like weapon types. They're all just considered like weapons. So we'll probably add some type onto that, and so that way the different types behave differently. Like for example, pistols will holster on your hip rather than on your back, and same with like heavy weapons. There'll be a couple things that are different about those.
Well, maybe you could set it up so a guy's got like 2 pistols on his back.
Yeah, I was actually, I don't know who I was talking about that with, because I was actually fine with the pistols being on the back.
Well, I mean,
if you make them like super gnarly pistols, that would be pretty cool actually. But so those are what we're going to want to do during the semester. So I'm kind of putting like all this stuff on the back burners for the spring and summer, because we're going to be working on it in fall. So then there's the question of what to work on during like the spring and summer. And so here are a bunch of other features that I would like to implement. And so these are like, if time permits, these are kind of extra things. And so a modular pawn. I actually have been thinking about this, and you might not even go this way, but it's like basically the ability to take like your character model and be able to like swap out like different pieces.
Okay.
So like give them like a different head, or give them like different chest, legs, arms. So that would be like, that's pretty much, that's how they do armor like in most games, is they actually just replace the chest model with like a different one that has the armor. But there is like another way of doing it, and it's like the way that Halo does like their armor. Halo actually doesn't like switch out the body mesh.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, what it does is like it attaches the armor onto the mesh. So maybe pull up a picture, maybe you can kind of like show what I'm talking about. Halo 4. Armor or something like that. This is pretty good. So basically, perfect. So basically, with the Halo mesh, Corey, man, what's up?
Hi.
How you been?
Good.
Are you taking classes this spring and summer?
No, working.
Nice. I've been. I just watched every single episode of Rick and Morty last night.
Nice. One night?
One night.
What'd you think?
I thought it was like so funny. It was like the funniest show I've ever seen.
It's
My wife
Yeah.
hated it, just like as you and JJ would predict.
yeah, figured.
So as soon as she went to bed, I'm like powering through these, man. I love that show. So just to recap real quick, this is like the write-up for like the 498R class.
Oh, okay.
And so these first 6 are what what we're kind of going to be like graded on, is implementing like these 6 features.
Yeah.
And then these ones down here are just like extra stuff.
Stretch goals.
Yeah. And so it's pretty basic, like the matchmaking, which would probably be like the toughest thing. Just the ability to like, get your team together and then find other teams and then play against it.
Yeah, that'd be tricky.
Yeah. And then the inventory system and vendor system are pretty similar, but basically the ability to like switch out your weapons and armor,
Yeah, yeah,
and then fixing and improving the cover system. So like basically works, but there's like some weird
yeah.
glitches.
It needs to be smooth.
Yeah. It tends to have more problem with like clients, I've noticed. Me and Todd were playing like a couple weeks ago. And what was happening, sometimes when you were coming out to aim, like your guy was like getting stuck. And like he couldn't like move.
It was more sometimes I couldn't like switch out the weapon, and a couple other times if I was far away and you took cover, I could like shoot you in the head and didn't do any damage or something.
yeah.
But if I got up close, it would do damage just fine.
Huh.
I remember that. I think it has something. I think that one had something to do with like collision channels. But I'll have to look into that. I remember that now. I was gonna fix that. So yeah, fix the cover system, and that's basically it. Weapon types. Right now, all weapons are just considered weapons. But like certain cases where they need to behave differently, like an example, like a pistol should be equipped on your hip instead of your back, like a rifle. So
Gotcha.
just like little things like that. So with that kind of in mind, I wanted to talk about,
DSFKJH?
yeah.
Okay.
So that is code for do stuff, fun, kill, Jeff. Kind of like summer goals. So kind of what I'm going to work on until fall. And so I could start working on like these things down here. Or there's other things.
So how many credits is this class?
The 498R will be 3 credits.
Alright, so if I were to take this, I could probably drop one of my other ones. And is it like we have to attend somewhere, or is it just we regularly meet and get it done? Or?
Yeah, so that's kind of still up in the air, and we probably need to time that works. Basically, Professor Egbert said he would want to meet with us weekly, once a week. And then we're also talking, I think it was JJ was talking about us meeting together, just like the students, like 2 or 3 times a week to just work on it.
Yeah.
So we had to like set a schedule just to get it, like to submit it. So this is what me and the professor wrote up, but he said we can change it at any time. So he said meet with him from 3 to 4 or 3 to 3:50.
If it could be probably a little earlier, it might be good for me.
Yeah. So again, we'll have to see. I'll probably do like a when is it good. Then.
That's good. Yeah.
Tuesdays and Thursdays are probably the best times usually, just because most of my classes are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
What's yours? A Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
I can look at my schedule right now.
I think mine actually might be the same way.
Yeah, when is good? Probably the best time to do this. So does he want everyone there for it, or
I think
is
so.
it more of a status meeting?
That'd be a good question.
Thanks.
My schedule's actually. Oh, freak! Look at this. Only time I have stuff is 3.
That's hilarious.
So we probably don't want to do it at 3.
Yeah. And I don't even know.
Probably not.
I don't even think the professor has the schedule yet for fall set. So we just put down 3 to submit it.
Gotcha.
Um,
I mean, I guess it really wouldn't matter what time we met as long as we met.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wish there was an easier way to get to your schedule instead of having to go all the way through all these links.
Yeah, right?
Okay. Weekly way out. So, my best times would probably be on Tuesday or Thursday from 10 to 12. And then Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to like 1 or so. To 1, like that.
Okay.
Usually, I mean, depends. I'm trying to find a new job, and one of those classes I could drop
Mm-hmm.
if I'm taking like I had an accounting class. Which one was that? Accounting, yeah. Oh, it's Tuesday mornings, so Tuesday and Thursday morning I could drop that probably.
Okay.
I was just kind of taking that to see what accounting would be like.
What days would be best for you, Corey? I like the pattern of your schedule. It's very.
Alright.
Was that intentional?
I think it's subconscious.
So looks like
I am a little bit OCD.
yeah, from 12 to 1 I'm
Jeff knows,
so on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I can meet at 12 easily. That's his best time. Or I can meet any day at 11.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Wednesday one, entrepreneur class I might drop.
Yeah. So we all have that kind of chunk of time free.
Okay.
11 is probably the best, or 12 if it's on
We could meet during
lunch break.
Depot time.
Which I would argue is the most effective time to get work done.
So what is it?
During Depot.
What?
Awesome. No one's in the no one's here. No devotional.
No, I hate it. They set it up so all the computers and log off in the computer lab now.
I just go to my secret spot and program on my computer on my laptop. Okay.
Nice.
I don't have Linux on my computer, so I have to go there if I want to do it.
Well, that's a thing you can fix, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to install Linux on a Windows 8 though.
I would just do a virtual machine, unless you do a lot of stuff on Linux. You might